share your name, your preferred pronouns, and where you're joining us from in our beautiful free state of Maryland. If you know your legislative district, please make sure that you go up to, if you're on your computer, on the upper right-hand corner, rename yourself, add your legislative district to your name so that we can help place you. If you're on your phone, you can go under click the three dots where it says More, and there should be an option to rename. We got a few more folks coming in. We'll give it one more minute. And while we're still waiting for folks to filter in, please make sure if you would like to have closed captions, you can turn those on by selecting the closed captions icon located in the toolbar on the lower right-hand corner. If you're on your phone, and if you don't see a closed captioning button, select the back arrow at the top left of your screen, then the settings cog icon. So it's like a little gear, then meetings, and enable the show closed captioning when available toggle button. But if you're having any difficulty doing that, please just send us a message in the chat and we'll try to help you out. All right, Peggy, good to see you. Now, Peggy, District 2, is that your council district or your legislative district? Maybe 44 for Catonsville? I know there's 44, 10, 44 and 11.
When I looked it up, it was my legislative district. Oh, maybe, wait, sorry.
All right, y'all. Well, it is
Sorry,
7.
Jen.
Oh, go ahead. All right. Do you have it, Peggy? Oh, District 10. There we go. All right, well, good to see you. That's where the Speaker of the House is at. But I do want to welcome everyone. It is 7:05. My name is Dustin Branch. My pronouns are he, they. I am the Baltimore Regional Coordinator here at CCAN Action Fund. It is wonderful to see you all on this brisk fall evening. So we are doing a story of self-training tonight so that we can prepare you to share your personal testimony on why you care about these priority issues and climate change during your lobby meetings, when you testify, or even when you're writing to your legislators. Some of the goals that we have for tonight are to understand the key components of your story of self. We'd like you to see how we use the story of self to lobby and organize. And then if you got our email that we sent out a couple hours ago, we're actually going to use our worksheets to draft a story of self that's connected to a policy priority that you can use in your volunteer meetings and anywhere else as you're lobbying with us. So our agenda for today, if we can go to the next slide. So we are going to discuss how to make this a safe space for folks to share their personal stories. We're going to do some brief introductions and an icebreaker, a nice word cloud that we're trying out tonight. We're going to talk about the importance of shared core values and really determine what is the story of self. When do we use it? What are its components? And we're going to take those worksheets, model the story of self. So we are going to share our story of self for you. any questions and answers. We're going to have a brief session, and then we're going to head to breakouts. We're actually going to draft and read our story of selves to each other, and then discuss some next steps. But first, I'd like to go around and have 4 different people. Hey, no worries, and we'll send out the recording to everyone as well. But just let us know if you did not get your worksheets in the email. But I would like to go around and have 4 different people read these community agreements and ask that everyone agree to these. So please raise your hand if you are able to read one out to our little group here. All right, we have Johanna. Can you take that first one? Oh, you're muted. Oh, Johanna, you are muted. I am so sorry.
Here we go. Let's try this again.
Thank
Safe space, brave space. Learning new things can be uncomfortable and challenging, requiring us all to be brave and step into our own discomfort. But our ability to be brave rests on a foundation of feeling safe, of being seen, heard, and respected. Wherever possible, strive to build a space that is both safe and brave.
All right. And Lauren, can you take number 2?
Sure. Safe space, or sorry, take space, make space. Be aware of the space that you are or are not taking up. If you have been participating a lot, try to make space for others. If you have not participated very much, try taking up more space.
All right. And who can read number 3 to us? If you'd like to just go ahead, go off mute. All right. Let me try it. Let's see. What's shared here stays here, and what's learned here leaves here. So this is very, very important for all of us, especially here tonight. But people may share things about themselves and their stories that are very personal to them. So let's hold confidentiality for one another by only sharing what we learn, not other people's stories outside of this space. When you're sharing someone's story, make sure that you have that person's permission. And who can read off number 4 for us? Dan, Peggy, Gail?
It's short, so maybe you'll be able to hear me. Be present and lean in. Engage meaningfully and authentically in the conversation that's going on in the room, not the one on your phone.
There we go. Thank you so much. How does everyone feel about that? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone who can commit to these community agreements? All right. Now, is there anything that folks think is missing or would like to add? Excellent. Well, thank you, my friends. I will pass it over to you, Beth.
Thank you, Dustin. So now we're going to break the ice a little bit. And now that we've introduced ourselves to each other a little bit in the chat, I'd love to take a few minutes to do an icebreaker with y'all. If you have, I know what we just said about phones. We have our QR code on the screen though, and we can also use the link that's on the screen there. If Dustin or Mustafa, if one of you can put that link in the chat. for folks to and we have some next steps for you here. And oh, it did that thing. I was watching the chat, but then when we collapsed everything, it took my chat away. So I can watch what's going on there. So yeah, we have our next steps for everyone. To say it before we don't say it, thank you for joining this evening. This is one stepping stone along a row of stepping stones for building out your personal story and on your journey to making that the feather in your cap as you're on your climate advocacy path. What you can do though is finish using the worksheets that we had a little bit earlier that Dustin linked, and we'll have those linked again in the follow-up message out to everybody. Finish writing your story, and Dustin and myself, depending on where folks are, so I'm in primarily the Montgomery, Prince George's, and Southern Maryland area, and Dustin is in the Baltimore City County and surrounding area in that way. But I'm glad to talk to anyone, and I'm sure so is he. But send it to us, and we can help you fine tune it, especially with regards to which piece of advocacy you're working on at that particular point. Also consider writing testimony on another issue. There are several that CCAN Action Fund is taking up in the 2026 legislative session, as well as other environmental organizations. Connect with us for a one-to-one meeting so we can talk about different ways to get you more involved, and we can play matchmaker with you based on the things that you're interested in working on. We hope it's lobbying, but there are lots of different ways for folks to take action. And then, yeah, if you want to get connected with the local teams, there are several teams right now who are meeting with legislators around the state leading up to our anticipated vote to override the veto of the Renew Act. I want to say it's like 15 different districts that are working on that. And if you're in one of those districts, we are happy to plug you into those teams. Or one that doesn't exist yet if that hasn't been formed, because there are 47 districts all over the state. Or Senate districts, even more House districts. But those are a few of the things that you can do, especially as the legislative session starts on the 14th of January. It is only 2 months away. And it's hard to believe that I just said that. But yeah, those are a few of the things that you can do coming up as we're kicking it off. Mustafa and Dustin, did you have any final things that you wanted to say to folks before we get going?
Yes. Does anyone have, well, I do want to give everyone back their evening, but we do have Peggy. I will follow up with you on our in-person lobby training. It's going to be downtown Baltimore, Baltimore City, if you can make it next Thursday.
Yes. Important, and actually, yes, we need to put the link into the chat for those. Do you have the link for that event page, by the way?
I will pull it up now.
We have an excellent opportunity, and my apologies for being a little foggy brained. I'm getting over being sick. We have an excellent opportunity 1 week from now in person in Baltimore and Prince George's and on Zoom for a lobby training in person with dinner for folks to join us. The one in Baltimore is at the Impact Hub, if folks are familiar, and the one in Prince George's is in Hyattsville at the Prince George's Community Center. So we'll be going over a lobby training for folks if they're interested and able, or if they know someone who would be, to please share that with those folks.
Yeah, and I know we're over time, so the last thing I'll just say is really important to actually finish writing your story. Should have put on the slide here, but we would love for you to finish writing your story and to send it to one of the organizers by December 1st. I don't think you need to spend a lot of time on this, but I think, you could do this over the weekend. It could be over the course of just like half an hour, and it's just really just thinking about your experiences, right? The challenge, choice, outcome, and thinking about a story that applies to, the issue that you were in the breakout room for. Please do those so you don't wait too long where you forget about what the story actually was. Okay, great. We'll send out a follow-up email tomorrow with just the recording and the materials here. And just remember that really just lobbying is storytelling. It's just you communicating through your own personal narrative why this issue is important to you. We can make this overly complicated. We don't want to. It's really, why is this personally important to you? And just giving that some structure and meat. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for joining this evening and having your evening with us. Looking forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night. Thanks so much.